Hi, my name is Martin Fahn and I'm with CalLogic Software. And in this video demonstration, we'll be talking about configuring application hooks within CloudCasa. So think of an application hook as a pre or postscript that can be invoked within a pod on your Kubernetes cluster when you're running backup and restore jobs in CloudCasa. As an example, let's say I had a database or application running in my Kubernetes cluster, which I need to perform a series of commands on before taking a snapshot of the persistent volume data tied to that pod. In this case, I could use the application hook functionality to quiesce that database prior to taking a snapshot of the cluster in order to ensure the application consistency of the stateful data residing on the persistent volume tied to that pod. So in this demo, I'll show you how to configure an app hook in CloudCasa and run it against a pod in your Kubernetes cluster. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo. So here in my demo environment, I have a standalone Kubernetes cluster running a pod with the Nginx image. And what I would like to do is back up this cluster, but at the same time send a command that echoes a simple hello world statement into a text file in the Nginx container. For that, I will need to create an app hook to do so. So let's jump over to the CloudCasa UI. And from the CloudCasa UI, to configure the app hook, I can go to the Configuration tab, App Hooks, and Add App Hook section. I'll provide my app hook with a name. We'll call it Test Command. You'll see that we've also created some app hook templates here as well. So if your application relies on common databases like Mongo or MySQL or Postgres, we've already pre-populated the commands that you'll need to run in order to freeze or thaw those databases in these templates. In my case, I just want to run a simple echo command that writes hello world plus the date timestamp to a file in the container. So I'll specify this in Scratch, the type being pre-backup. The application label selector is a mandatory field here, so your pod will need to be identified with them. And here I can use Boolean logic to and/or my label selection. So if I add several labels for which to identify this app, I can specify multiple key value pair combinations. For example, color equals blue, department equals finance, or development. Here I'm just going to use the label associated with my Nginx pod, which is run equals Nginx1. I only have a single container in my pod, so I can leave that as default, and I'll paste my echo command that will run in a separate shell in the command box. So you can see here that just does a simple echo statement, hello world from CloudCasa, plus a date timestamp into a file called hello world in the temp folder of the container. So let's go ahead and click save to save out this app hook. Now that that's configured, let's go ahead and configure a backup job to be tied to that application hook. Here I have a backup job already created, and I'll go ahead and edit that backup job. And you'll notice here in the Edit Backup screen, you'll see an Enable App Hooks option. I'll go ahead and toggle that slider, which will allow me to add my pre and post app hooks. I'll configure the app hook that we just created to run in the namespace that my Nginx pod resides, which should be default. And I'll leave all the other job options the same, including my schedule, and save out the job. Now let's go ahead and run this job. We can monitor the status of the job run through the CloudCasa dashboard. And because this is only a resource backup, there's not much data to move, so it should finish up quickly here. And there we go. We have our backup job completed. Now let's go ahead and check for the existence of that hello world.txt file within the contents of our container. So as you can see, the echo statement worked along with the date timestamp that was written during the backup job. So that's app hooks in a nutshell. The integration of app hooks within CloudCasa can help you further customize your data protection workflows to take advantage of pre and post scripting functionality. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact us at cloudcasa.io. CloudCasa is a free-to-use backup as a service platform for your Kubernetes and cloud relational database workloads. And we also provide some premium tier options as well, so you can sign up for those if you wish to back up your data to either CloudCasa's or other object storage providers of your choice. Thank you.